1-1. Kannst du mal im Zoom gucken, ob das da kommt? Hey, hey, Test. Perfekt. So now I'm sitting every the camera. I don't know. Now happens. We do it.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Harrison Kipule, and I will be chairing this session on knowledge systems and energy nexus. I would like to invite all the presenters and also the participants for this session. And yeah, to give some few instructions, presenters are required to upload their posters of presentations, and they will make a 3 minutes presentation which will be followed by a few of some questions. We hope that we will get enough time to listen and to answer to all the questions from the audience. So without further ado, I would like to invite our first presenter. I hope that is logged in already. Opeyemi Anthony Amusan. Opeyemi, are you there? Yeah, I don't seem to find any response from him. So maybe as we wait, we can move to the next presenter, who is Mohammed Adam Ismail. Okay, I already see that Opeyemi is there. So Opeyemi, would you kindly share your presentation and start your presentation? Yeah, so yeah, if the presenter is not on Zoom, you can also play the recording. You can upload the recording for your poster, and then we can follow. The audience can follow kindly, so that we save on time. So no response. Maybe I just call out all the names. We have Opeyemi Musan Anthony, Mohammed Adam Ishmael, Natasha Scarf, Julius Kidinji, Constantine Delisos, Lady Tatiana, Rogers, Bere, Ricardo, Dafud, Antoine Pasi, and Adefole Monturat. So, Natasha, are you already logged in? Yeah, it seems no response also. Yeah, maybe Ricardo, you can go ahead.
Okay, let me start with my presentation. I didn't, let's see. Can you see my screen now? Is it in process? Is my screen visible?
Not from my side. I hope our technical team could assist us that you can share your screen. Are you able to share, Ricardo?
I have no idea why it's not. Oh yeah, sure.
You can try now. I think multiple participants can share. I have activated.
What about this one? Is it now shared?
Still,
No? I don't know why.
are you able to share or not?
I'm figuring out. Can I wait later? Maybe you can go ahead with the other participants. I will change my computer, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, Constantine Delis, maybe you can go ahead.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Do you want me to share my screen and give you a brief overview of our work here? So, a moment, I will try and share. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay. Is it visible? Is it full screen? Okay, I hope you can make out the details. So this is a joint effort from the Fable team in Greece, part of the I4EA network under Professor Fifi Kondouri. And during our submission in the latest Fable Senathon, we took our time to explore a little bit the pathways through dietary consumption and gave a focus to the Mediterranean diet. So some stylized facts for Greece. Greece is part of the European Union. Agricultural employment and value added have been lower than average compared to global values. However, it's still above EU average. So agricultural employment is around 10% and value added from agriculture is also in double digits. Greenhouse gas emissions from agriculture, mainly methane, have been dropping over the last 25, 30 years. However, as you can see on the right panel of the top left-hand side graph, the share of agricultural emissions on total emissions of the country has been rising, which means that the pace of implementation of the green targets and the emission reduction has not been on par with other industries. So it means that more efficient green solutions are required in terms of food systems, agriculture, biodiversity, and the circular economy. In terms of food security, the issue is more or less obesity, which is prevalent in almost more than a quarter of the adult population. In terms of food security, as measured by the indices of the Economist Intelligence Unit, Greece fares relatively well. However, there is no documented food security strategy or a global or a national plan. And a healthy diet, as defined by FAO, would be more costly than the daily expenses, the daily expenditure of the average person in Greece for food. So this is food for thought, both literally and metaphorically. So we focus in the Mediterranean diet. Obviously, Greece is located in the Mediterranean region, and it's anecdotal evidence that Greek people should follow or do follow the Mediterranean diet, which is not actually true. So it's compared to a fat diet and the Lancet diet you can see in the bottom left graph. I should say that these graphs are all produced from the data available through the Fable calculator. So our team is part of the Fable consortium. Fable calculator is a tool, an integrated assessment model, which allows us to make projections about several agri, food, and environmental and energy variables through the 2050 horizon. So using this data set, we see that its Mediterranean diet is very low in animal products, it's plant-based, it's rich in fruit and vegetables and nuts, and it's high in olive oil. So it should promote environmental targets and also contribute to food security targets in Greece. So on the right side of the panel and of the poster, more accurately, we see a first set of results using the Fable calculator. So we take two approaches. The first one is we embed the Mediterranean diet and the fat diet as described, as you can see on the bottom left side by Fable, into national commitments. So you can choose in the calculator, you can choose from multiple scenario, defining different variables, and this defines a certain pathway. So we look at the official documents, we look at the declarations, both of the EU level and at the national level, and we just change the dietary consumption from fat to Mediterranean. And this is reflected in the left panel of the two graphs on the right column of the poster. So we can see that greenhouse gas emissions from agriculture. Excuse me?
You need to wind up time.
Yes, I'm sorry. So switching to Mediterranean diet drastically reduces emissions from agriculture, mostly based from livestock, and it also contributes to the decline of obesity, decreasing Greece's dependence on food imports, and could be the result, could be an integral cog of a larger strategy having in its core switch to Mediterranean diet. So I'm up for questions. Don't want to take much of your time. Please feel free to discuss. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You have spent more than 3 minutes which you are assigned. So I think if there is any question, we can reserve it for after the other presenters have already presented. So now I will request our technical team to upload the presentation of SCAF. Natasha, yes.
Yes, hello. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with my video presentation. It's easier.
Yeah, please do. Thank you.
Okay, let me just see. Share. Great. Do you see my video?
Yes, we can see. Proceed.
Okay, I'll press play right now. Dear auditors, my name is Natasha Scarf, and along with my co-authors, I welcome you to our poster presentation on the analysis of the cost effectiveness of solar-powered irrigation systems in Gubandukia, Côte d'Ivoire. Our research was conducted as part of my master thesis within the Water and Energy Accompanying Research and Food project. The objective of the study was to assess the cost effectiveness of a small-scale solar-powered irrigation system, or SPIS, versus a comparable diesel-powered irrigation system, or DPIS, for groundwater irrigation of a representative crop, the eggplant, on a 1 hectare field located close to the village of Gubandukia in northern Côte d'Ivoire. This site was selected for study due to its semi-arid climate, abundant solar resources, rural smallholder farming, and the presence of an ongoing SPIS installation project. Cost effectiveness was assessed by estimating and comparing the life cycle costs of both systems based on secondary data. The analysis included solely anticipated cost differences between the SPIS and the DPIS, encompassing both financial lifecycle costs and environmental lifecycle costs associated with carbon dioxide emissions. Environmental costs were quantified in non-monetary values. The assessment period spanned 25 years with a 4.38% discount rate. To account for volatile diesel prices, a sensitivity analysis was conducted. The lifecycle cost estimation process involved sizing the power units for both energy systems to meet the peak energy demands to fulfill the maximum gross irrigation requirements. The study found that the initial capital cost of the DPIS is only 54.8% of that of the SPS. However, the lifetime maintenance and operation costs, as well as the total lifecycle costs of the SPIS, are significantly lower. The results showed that the primary cost component of the SPIS's total lifecycle costs is the initial capital cost, while for the DPIS, it is its lifetime diesel fuel cost. Further, the study estimated that the time required for the SPIS to achieve the same cumulative lifecycle costs as those of the DPIS is 1.4 years. In terms of environmental costs, the study found that the SPIS emits 99% less CO2 emissions over its lifetime compared to the DPIS. In conclusion, in this case study, the SPIS is found to be financially more cost-effective than the DPIS on a lifecycle basis. However, the higher initial capital cost for the SPIS underscores the need for innovative financing to ensure smallholder affordability. Moreover, our study shows that as diesel prices rise, the SPIS becomes more cost-effective, revealing its potential to provide smallholders a hedge against diesel price volatility. Further, the study highlights the potential of SPIS to advance low-carbon emission irrigation development in Côte d'Ivoire. Finally, due to the case-specific nature of these findings, further assessments are required to evaluate SPIS cost-effectiveness across diverse Ivorian contexts. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'm looking forward to your questions.
Thank you so much, Konstantin. I welcome any question from the audience. You raise your hand and then I will pass on to you. It seems we don't have any question for now. So let's move to our next presenter, who is Julius Kithinji. I would request the technical team to upload his video, and I hope he's here with us.
Recording. My name is Julius Kithinji, and together with my co-authors, James Rao and Gabriel Monjeri, I welcome you to our poster presentation on the analysis of dairy farmers' willingness to pay for targeted extension and advisory services in Nandi County in Kenya. Our research was carried out within the Africa Dairy Genetics Gains project, which aims at developing and testing advancements in livestock genetics on an international scale. Introduction. Over 80% of Kenya's milk supply is mainly produced in smallholder farming systems. Each of these farmers typically have 1 to 3 dairy animals. However, profitability of the dairy sector is still low, with most of the farmers making little or no profit. For smallholder farmers to turn a profit, it would require investments in new technologies that are suited for their farms. Extension and advisory services are crucial in facilitating technology adoption. The DFA model. Traditionally, the government has provided extension services, but the system has faced challenges, including an unsustainable ratio of government personnel to farmers, leading to criticism of its effectiveness. In response to these shortcomings, private extension and advisory services have emerged in the dairy sector, offering targeted and responsive support to farmers. One such approach is the dairy farm assistant model, which works through a shared manager approach, where several farmers are linked to a qualified extension officer. However, research on these novel approaches to extension, including design and smallholder farmers' willingness to pay, remains limited. Methods. We carried out a discrete choice experiment on the willingness to pay for targeted extension and advisory services among smallholder dairy farmers in Nandi County. In June 2023, a total of 240 households were interviewed for this study. The results. Access to check-off services increases probability of a farmer paying for the DFA extension services, implying that access to check-off is important in enforcing the willingness to pay. Perceived increment in milk production increases probability of a farmer to pay for the DFA extension. Also, perceived increment in milk revenues increases the probability of a farmer willingness to pay. The monthly cost of the DFA has a negative coefficient, implying that as the cost of the DFA increases, the probability of a farmer willingness to pay decreases. An increase in the frequency of visits by the DFA increases probability of farmers' willingness to pay for the DFA. However, this was found not to be statistically significant. The conclusion. In development of private sector-led extension systems, payment mode of the services has a significant impact on the willingness to pay by the farmers. Perceived benefit influence willingness to pay positively and should be incorporated in the design. It is worth noting, frequency of the visit does not impact significantly on the willingness to pay. Farmers are more interested in accessing the DFA extension compared to the frequency of the same. Thank you for your attention and looking forward to your questions.
Thank you for Julia's presentation. Any question from the audience?
University of Applied Science, Weinstefan Driesdorf. I would like just to ask, are the farmers willing to pay at all for the service? And the second question, do you have any figure how much they would pay for this kind of extension service? Thank you.
Julius, could you activate your microphone and respond to the audience question? Seems he's not with us. Yeah, if I saw it well. So maybe you can reserve it somewhere and then we can see how to reach him. So let us move to our next presenter. Opeyemi said is ready, so you can now present kindly.
Okay. Can you help me upload my
Kindly proceed, Opeyemi, and check your microphone. There seems to be some background. Okay, kindly proceed. 3 minutes only. Then we have questions. We can see your screen. Opeyemi, you are muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, but there is some background noise. You can check your, if there is any other audio device which is running in parallel.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now you are audible.
Okay. The title of my presentation is Evaluation of Waste Management in Southwestern Nigeria for Clean Environment, Circular Economy, and Agri-Food System. My name is Opeyemi Amushon, and from the introduction, we discovered that poor waste management results in environmental and ecological, social, economy problem in my country. An attempt at managing this waste through burning leads to climate change and wildland field lashet reduce soil and groundwater quality. Therefore, there is need for us to look for better alternative. This research is main objective is to look at the current challenges in the waste management system of Southwest Nigeria, as well as propose a more contemporary system that can move the region towards develop circular economy for agri-food system. So the environmental closeness curve hypothesis was provided a theoretical background. From the results, you see how we are able to get the respondent. So there are 6 states in Southwest Nigeria, and I was able to go through that. And we also discovered that the prominent waste management challenges are pollution and health risk, which is taking like 69.1%. Limited resources is taking about 44.8%. Lack of technical skill is taking 23.8%, and inadequate management skill is taking 18.1. Currently, you see this is the linear economy system that we are using in Nigeria. And now this one, you just, from the collection from the source, you just dump it and everything end up in the landfill. But that is not a sustainable way of running the economy. That's the reason why we are proposing a circular economy. If you look to this right, we discover that in circular economy, there are going to be quite a lot of things we need to do. This is the model we are using. There will be loss of assets, there will be stranded, and everything is pointing to a win-win situation. The benefits are enormous. It will move, there are social benefit, economic benefits, and all that one is encapsulated in giving us a circular economy that we try to invest in infrastructure, develop the market for the recycled material, design better products, reduce process waste, optimize life cycle through alternative consumption, improve the collection process, and encourage recycling. And I will discover that using
Move to
this one,
conclusion, Opeyemi.
sir?
Move to conclusion.
Yes, I'm going to conclusion. In conclusion, we discovered that transiting from linear to waste to circular economy require a paradigm shift in product economy that curtails environmental impact and waste of resources with increased efficiency at all stages. With circular economy, waste is now seen as a resource and not a challenge. Waste now become input material for the creation of valuable products as new output. This requires synergy in the product development, infrastructure, equipment, and service sector, which will support the waste manager to take the driver's seat. Waste separation at source is enhanced by 3 waste bin system: first for organic waste, second for other recyclable waste, and the third for non-recyclable waste. Government has a role of creating enable environment, and this one will help us to move from the current linear to circular economy for green goods. Then the government is also encouraged to pass the extended producer responsibility into law and to support the private sector from with grants. So I want to thank you for the attention.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Any one question from the audience, kindly, to Opeyemi? Okay, it seems there is none. So let's move to Lady Tatiana Silva Ruiz. Yeah, you can share your screen. You have 3 minutes only. Let's be very cautious about time, kindly.
Okay. You can see my screen?
Yes, we can see. You can put on the full presentation mode. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Tatiana Silva, researcher at the Humboldt Institute in Colombia, and together with my colleagues Jamie Garcia and Diana Moreno, we present the project titled Multi-Criteria Analysis to Operationalize Agri-Food System Sustainability Transitions and the Web Biodiversity in Nexus. Large-scale global challenges such as climatic change, biodiversity loss, and soil degradation act as drivers of a socio-ecological change and have generated an increase in the demand for foods with a significant expansion in global agriculture and negative impacts on natural resources and ecosystems. Colombia is no stranger for the dynamics, although 51% of the paramos are also under protection figure. There is high transformation in them. In this exhibition, multi-criteria analysis is presented for you to identification of areas in agricultural use with opportunity for productive reconversation, identification of socio-ecological transitions towards sustainability in a CHR river basin located in a Chingasa Paramo ecosystem. Excuse me. In the methodology, we propose a multi-criteria analysis was the result of review of different approaches to sustainability use in agricultural areas using ArcGIS Pro software. It included 3 phases: prioritization of landscapes, baseline of the prioritized landscapes, that include regulation, productivity, burden, culture, and information, and selection of areas in transition toward the sustainability of agri-food systems in rural landscapes. In phase 3, is divided into 2 elements: exclusion criteria, which include areas with slope rated at 50% and other areas with restriction to main soil stability and water regulation, and criteria for assessments of the state of the transition towards sustainability, which include soil fertility, agricultural frontier, priority of restoration, recovery, rehabilitation, heterogeneity in soil cover, distance to roads, and family agriculture. Finally, 5 categories were generated to access to state in the transition towards sustainability: very high, high, medium, low, and very low. In this slide, you can see the results of map algebra, where from the crossing of the cartographic layers, 2 elements are obtained: exclusion and areas where the state of sustainability and the provision agri-food products and evaluated. At the bottom of left, you can see the areas that have been previously excluded. The areas contain the protection areas such as the Chingasa Paramo, areas with restricted land use or the presence of the water bodies. We can see the first map that there is a very low heterogeneity in the landscapes due to the configuration of the coverage and low soil fertility. In the upper part of the basin, there are great potential of agriculture and livestock activities. However, the Paramo ecosystem is located there is in a restriction zone. There is a low human spatial footprint, which shows low intervention in the area. How graded coverage, there is exclusion. And the final map, the medium, low, and very low category have great representation, which means in that is not an area very sustainable and cultivation or livestock. The Seychelles landscape shows a great part of its area in exclusion, 42.94%, given is important for ecological function, such as water recharge and soil stability. The areas with the highest valuation, very high, with the 1%, are located in the middle lower part in the basin and the high and the forest. And the 96% the heterogeneous use between crops, natural areas, and grassland areas stand out. In medium fertility areas, 18% is 70. Finally, the low category is a 17% in a very low at 16%.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana. Any question from the audience, please? Okay, so if none, we are going to move to our next presenter, who is, sorry? Ishfa, you have something to ask? Okay, let's move to Rogers Mutiebere.
Okay,
Proceed.
can you be able to see my screen?
Yes, Rogers, kindly proceed.
Okay. Okay, my name is Rogers Mutievere. I'm presenting a poster.
Rogers, kindly proceed.
Okay, my name is Rogers Mutievere, together with my colleagues from Leuven, Belgium, and some colleagues from Mount Elizabeth University. I'm presenting a poster on the effect of information on farmers' preference for disaster risk reduction strategies, taking a discrete choice experiment from Western Uganda. And in the background, we all know that disasters are on the increase, especially landslides and floods. And the literature is already showing that this problem is increased by the farmers, poor farming practices in terms of poor farming methods. And therefore, literature has suggested that farmers should take the lead in controlling these disasters by adopting some disaster risk reduction measures, such as tree planting and diversion channels. But the previous studies have indicated that much as this recommendation exists, farmers seem not to have taken it. And most of the assessment has been done to find out what are the barriers to this. And normally it's done after farmers have failed to adopt, and that's why we're calling it an ex post assessment. But there would be need for assessments before a technology like tree planting is introduced to the farmers to see what could be the barriers. That's an ex ante assessment. So in this study, we focus.
Hello, Rogers, it seems you are sharing a recording. And you cannot move to the next slide.
Are you seeing the slide again?
No, you can move to the next slide because already time is not on our side. We should be winding, and we still have 3 more or 4 more presenters.
Okay, are you seeing another one? Then I'm sharing a different thing. We focus on, I'm sharing a poster, if you see, we are focusing on this by using
we can't see the poster, not from my side.
Then there is a problem this side.
Maybe you stop sharing and share again.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Sorry about that.
And you have 1 minute remaining, so please try to just summarize your main findings.
So we do this by doing a choice experiment by showing the video about tree planting and diversion channels. And in the farmers, we eventually give them a choice card to ask them which kind of tree they choose as concerned controlling controlling floods and controlling landslides. Now, farmers choose basing on those who saw a video on tree planting and those on diversion channels. But we compare their choices for those who saw and those who did not see, and then the findings are presented in that table under the mixed logit results. So there's a column for those who made choices without seeing a video, and there are those who saw a video and made choices. And also the same for the diversion channels or diversion ditches. The main results indicate that even farmers, even without a video or with a video, they still prefer to apply some trees to control landslide and floods. But we are saying that those who saw the video, they are choosing trees with deeper roots, which are going to be more effective for floods and landslides. And they want to apply a tree which grows very fast and reduces more soil erosion, which is usually the beginning of soil erosion reduction. And on diversion channels, those who saw a video do not show any difference. There's no significant difference between those who saw a video and those who did not see a video in terms of the choices they make on the kind of diversion channels that they should take. And in the main conclusions of this, we see that there's a significant effect of information on the preferences for more risk-reducing attribute levels of a tree planting compared to diversion channels. This indicates that the information has more effect for people who are planting trees compared to those who are applying diversion channels. Of course, trees are more multi-purpose or multi-hazard interventions, and sometimes they are planted for other purposes like ornamental, like shade and others. So farmers need to be more informed about the certain attributes or characteristics which are more related to reducing landslides before even they plant this tree. Otherwise, they will end up planting any tree. But for diversion channels, since it is always for a single hazard, they already know that once I put a diversion channel, a diversion ditch, it is mainly for this purpose. So you don't need more information. So government should focus on providing more information about tree planting compared to those who are applying diversion channels. I thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. We could follow well your talk, but unfortunately we cannot see your presentation. So maybe I will direct the audience to your poster, which you will already upload on the Tropentech website. Yeah, so if anyone has many questions, I would kindly request you to direct to Mutebere. So let's move to our next presenter, who is Ricardo Situamang.
Yes. Can you see my screen now?
Not from my side.
I'm opening it now.
Yeah, kindly share full screen. Maybe you are sharing only a specific window.
There's problem in my Zoom, I guess. I apologize with that.
I can ask the technical team maybe to upload your recording.
Yes, I have it. Yeah, in my yes, if that's possible.
Yeah,
I'll be grateful. Yeah, it's just.
Nicholas can assist me in this. You can upload Ricardo's recording.
I have my slide in my poster. If I can present that.
Are you able to share? Okay, Rogers, stop sharing. Then okay, meanwhile, maybe as we sort it out, let us move to the food.
I don't have a recording of him.
Maybe first leave and rejoin because there's a problem.
Davud Rosane, are you ready? Nicholas, you can assist us, maybe upload or share the presentations. They sent them earlier.
Which one? Which one?
For Davud, Rosani.
Give me a second. I don't have this one, I think. No.
And for Ricardo, do you have it?
No.
Okay, then maybe for Antoine, pass it then.
But I do have my slide in the poster in the uploaded there.
That is
the poster itself, but not the video where you're presenting it, right?
I have my slide. I mean my poster uploaded.
Uploaded on the screen. I cannot see or. Okay, then it seems we have many technical issues. Then we can move to Adefolem Monsurat then. Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Now can you see my screen?
Okay, then Ricardo, proceed. Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, great. I'll be very, very quick because of time. So basically, I'm trying to adopt one theory from Gilles about a multi-level perspective. There's a lot of critical about this theory because it's so many ways because it's dynamics and it's. Can you hear me? Yeah. So my research is about the potential of biogas technology in Indonesia using multi-level perspective. I cannot move my screen now. Yeah. I will skip this one because you can see that I'm using the multi-level perspective. The purpose of the research is to identifying the factors of enabling the transition from the socio-technological regimes into something that we can pinpoint which are the important part of this in the social science. Yeah. So basically, the biogas technology is proven technology, but the adoption itself in many countries, especially in developing countries like Indonesia, is quite low, and also in African region, while in some countries it's quite adaptable. So we try to understand that. So we use this methodology, semi-structure and focus group discussion and system map development. So this is the theory of adapted from Gilles, multi-level perspective is in three level, is niche level, regime level, and landscape level. It entails of different actors that is important to adopt this technology. Say like the policymakers, the business people, the university, the research people, how they can integrate themselves in the way that they can put the role in it, so we can use the technology itself. Yeah. So there are three barriers in my research. Is about policy, market, and business environment. From the policy, we separate in three level: is national, regional, and community level. It's how it is. Sometimes it doesn't correlate or it doesn't coordinate well because different power and power balance. Like example, in regional level, the bureaucracy and inefficiency in taking the permit to adopt this technology, and then there's no fund to subsidy this technology. So that's why it's very important to pinpoint about this category. From the business perspective, I will not explain more, but basically from my experience when I interview the biogas technology, there's a gap between the investment, and then because the price itself is not adaptable for the farmers to use it in the first installment, because it ranges from 400 euros to 600 euros, and then they have to compete with the existing technology, like example
Ricardo,
LPG.
you can conclude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can move to conclusion kindly.
Yeah. So basically, these three different things that is very important for us to understand the different layers in community, using this theory that is still growing or still developed. And we still, if I'm welcome to anyone who have any ideas or any research or theory that you found that can be useful for understanding this technology. So that's my conclusion. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. If anyone asks any question, I would kindly ask you to direct to Ricardo later, because we don't have time and we still have 2 more presenters. So let me welcome Montserrat then to proceed with the presentation. Stop sharing, Ricardo, then the next presenter can share.
Good morning.
We can hear you, but we can't see your presentation.
I want to share my video presentation.
Are you able to share? Yeah. Take the minimum time possible, because we still have 2 more people to present and the next session is almost starting.
No problem. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see the video.
Yeah, thank you.
I can share it as well. I got this video. We can't hear anything. Yes.
Nicholas, is this the video without the sound? Do you have one with sound?
No, this is not the one without sound. I got this video. I can share it.
Okay.
We just, yeah. Just give me a second. Audio's very bad. We can't hear anything.
Yeah, the audio seems to be very bad, but we can see some results there. So maybe I would suggest we can link with with Adepola later. So if you have anything related, at least we could see an idea about what the presentation is about. So we can follow up with the presenter. Montserrat, you can stop sharing. Then we move to the next presenter. Yeah, you can stop sharing now, kindly. Okay, so is Percy ready to present? You will be our last presenter, and you will just take very few minutes because then the next session is almost starting.
Okay, can you?
Kindly proceed. Your
Okay.
screen is starting to. I can't see it yet, but I've seen you have started to share. Your audio also is not really good. Hello. Antoine, can you hear me? Hello. Yeah, it seems also Percy has problems with uploading. Yeah, so yeah, I think for those presenters who we could not follow their presentations well because of technical problems, I would kindly ask the audience to follow up with the UFA application, or also we can reach to the conference management if you need any other information. Otherwise, I want to welcome you. I want to thank you all for attending this session, online session on knowledge systems and energy nexus. And I want to wish you a nice more presentations and other sessions in the Tropentag 2023 conference. Thank you so much for your attendance.
Thank you very much, Jane.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.